Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you to daily PIB analysis videos in the StudyIQ platform. You see, at 1st of February it is, and today is the day when the interim budget is announced. So enormously huge data is going to come now. For the last week very less data was available, and now it is going to be a big bang. So we will arrange this whole data and different components I would have to arrange now, and we will take all these data in the month of February in a balanced way so that we can digest the data and we can remember all of them according to the exam point of view. Okay, so that's the thing. And apart from that, these are the numbers where you can call and you can ask for these pen drive courses. Now it is the time, sit at your home and study peacefully, and these courses are going to help you enormously. Okay, now MCQ that I gave to you yesterday, PM Asha component, this is having a price support scheme, but it is not having any kind of insurance component, so only one is the correct answer here, and PM Asha is Annadata Aay Sarakshan Abhiyan. Okay, next data which is the first release from the budget, the Department of Space, the budget allocation is on a higher note this time for the space technology and space missions. And you see the main focus is of Gaganyaan, when in 2022 we will be sending Gagan Yatris in the space. That was going to be the first human space flight from India, first human mission. Okay, and this time higher budget allocation is there for this particular sector. Space technology is going to get 7483,000 crore rupees, and 1885 crore rupees for space application, and 884 crore rupees for INSAT satellite systems. Okay, so this is the budgetary estimate, and always remember, these are always announced as budgetary estimates. These are estimates, these are not real expenditure or amounts. Okay, revised amounts revised estimates are revised later when this budgetary estimate is announced. After that they revise this amount in the year sometime, and the actual data, these are available for 17-18 year only. So after 2 years the actual data comes. So that's a very important information. And next, Ministry of Finance data, it is the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. It is going to be a fund that is announced to provide assured income support to small and marginal farmers. Assured income support. So a lot of schemes to support the farmers' income, they are announced, and now it is going to be especially for the small and marginal farmers. Okay, marginal and small farmers are those, marginal are those who are having less than 2 hectares of land. Okay, so these are small land holders, and 2 to 5 are small land holders, small farmers. Okay, and above 5 hectare land holding is there, then these are large land owners or big farmers. So these S&M category, small and marginal, they are going to get 6,000 rupees per year as an income support, and up to 2 hectares who are having this particular land holding, they will get 6,000 rupees per year. Okay, now 12 crore farmers, they will be benefited out of it, and this is going to be the PM Kisan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. Okay, Farmer Dignity Fund. So they may ask you about it. Next, this money would be coming directly into the bank account. Jan Dhan accounts are linked with it, and in 3 equal tranches, 2,000 rupees each. So 2,000 into 3 is going to be 6,000 rupees per year. Okay, and it is going to be started from 1st of December 2018 this time, and this season of Rabi crop is going on. So first installment would be paid up to 31st of March 2019, and this is going to be the first installment of 2,000 rupees. And you see, this program is going to give annual expenditure for this government as 75,000 crore rupees. So it's a huge expenditure, and because of this the fiscal deficit is gonna rise from 3.1 to 3.3 percentage of GDP in the year of 2019 to 20. So they're saying that this would have been 3.1 only, but because of this income support scheme, this is going to be 3.3% of GDP, and the target of 3% we are going to achieve till 2020 and 21 budget year. So that's the important goal, and FRBM Act has asked about the fiscal consolidation measures, where expenditure efficiency is going to be focused, and the tax collection. These two things are going to be main focus for the government this year. So PM Kisan would pave the way for the farmers to earn a livelihood and a respectable living. So that's important. Next is a fiscal program for 2019-20. So this is a particular summary, a specific document for budget that is very much a concise one, because full details are going to come for all the ministries and sector wise. So we are going to discuss them later. Now the fiscal deficit is pegged at 3.4% of GDP for 1920. 3.4%. Okay, as I told you, it is rising because of the income support scheme, and the total expenditure is gonna rise by 13.30%. So that's important. 13.30% is a rise in the expenditure, and you see we are comparing this 13.30% from the revised estimates of 18-19 year. Okay, so you have to see every time whether it is a revised estimate of last year or this is the budgetary estimate of this year. So this thing is very important to note. Okay, 35.6% increase in allocation for SC's welfare. Huge amount of money is given this time, and 35.6% increase is a huge increase, and 28% is for STs, and 90,000 crore rupees is the target for the disinvestment. You see in these central PSCs where government has stakes, and which are not giving much output, so their stakes are being sold. So this is the disinvestment program for the public enterprises, and that's going on for years now. Now you see we would have maintained fiscal deficit at 3.3% for the year 18-19 and 3.1 for 19-20. Okay, this is the data that I discussed. Okay, next, macroeconomic framework statement. When we talk about agricultural sector, when we talk about banking sector, when we talk about industrial sector, these are macro areas of economy. So macroeconomic framework statement, these are for the bigger sectors. And if we talk about specifically manufacturing items in the electronics, if it specifically talk about agriculture's organic farming area, so these are micro areas. Microeconomic framework statement is released for them. But now macroeconomic framework statement, you see revenue deficit. What is the revenue expenditure when government is paying incomes and salaries and wages and pensions and interest payment? They all are coming under the revenue expenditure. If this expenditure is more than the revenue receipt, then certainly it is going to be the revenue deficit. Okay, so revenue deficit is gonna be 2.2% of GDP. Okay, now you see it was for 18-19 year, it was targeted, okay, 2.2%, but this time it has widened to 2.7%. so 0.5% is the rise. And you see next is this rise is because of the bigger expenditure on oil import. That is the imperative import for us. We are totally dependent on these imports, and the international price is rising for the oil products. So that's the thing, crude oil is rising heavily. So that's the reason that this year we have a big expenditure, and that's why our current account deficit, CAD. What is CAD? It is the difference between the export and import bill. Okay, and because we are importing more than we export, that's why we have current account deficit. Okay, and it is because mainly the rise of international crude prices, ICPs. Okay, next, and our main target is of 3%, as I told you earlier. Okay, and next, the main focus is gonna remain over expenditure efficiency and the improved tax collection. As I told you, GST collection are on rise, and our tax base is also widened now. More people are paying tax, so government have this leverage now that they can give some kind of tax rebate or something like that, because the tax base is widened now. It used to be a narrow one, and now more people are joining this particular cadre where they are paying taxes. And GST collection, that's an indirect tax, and direct taxes. Two kind of taxes are there. Direct taxes are having a bigger share, and indirect taxes, mainly the GST one. So this GST collection is on rise, so that's why it's more tax collection this year, and the next year we are planning improved tax base and improved tax collection. So that's the important thing. Next, the gross tax revenue in this budgetary estimate of 1920 is going to be 25,52,000 crore rupees. Okay, and you see this is the growth of more than 3,39,000 crore rupees. it's 13.5% rise. Okay, so that's important. Next, the direct tax. In this particular amount, direct tax share would be 13,80,000 crore rupees, and it is increased by 15% from the last year's revised estimate. Okay, so this estimate for 1920 is 13,80,000 crore rupees. It's a huge amount, and it is going to be 6.6% of the GDP. I'm talking about direct tax. I'm repeating again, direct tax is going to be 6.6% of the GDP. So always remember this. This data can be asked, and don't confuse it, because you can write that into separate blocks, that 6.6% of GDP is going to be the direct tax, because the corporate tax and the normal income tax, these are the direct taxes, and apart from that, security transaction tax and all, these are direct taxes. So corporate tax is having the bigger share here. And indirect taxes, as the GST is mainly, it is budgeted at 11,066,000 crore, 11,66,000 crore. It is also having 11.8% growth over the revised estimates of 1819. Okay, so this is going to be huge this time, and these are estimates, these are not real numbers. I'm repeating here again. Next, GST collection is again going to be on rise. It is estimated for 1920. And non-tax revenues, other departmental revenues which are not coming under the tax receipts, okay, their collection is going to be at 2,72,647 crore rupees compared to 2,40,045,000, means it's around more than 25,000 crore rupees rise. And you see, medium term fiscal policy policy strategy statement, it is telling about this. You see, medium term means it is going to be for 1 to 5 years, and if it is talking about the short term fiscal policy, then it is going to be for months only, and if it is for long term, then it is going to be for 5, 7, 10 years. So that's the meaning of it. Next, in this budget speech, the minister said that total expenditure has reflected a high increase considering low inflation. That's a important highlight for this budget, that they are keeping inflation at the low level, and increase is in the expenditure. So expenditure is rising, but inflation is not rising. Okay, so that's the highlight. They may ask you about it. And you see, the expenditure was 24,57,000 crore in 1819 as a revised estimate, and now it is estimated at 27,84,000 crore rupees in 1920. So that's important, and it is again a rise of 13.30%, as I told you. And you see, it has shown an increase over budgetary estimate of 1819 figures by 15,022 crore rupees. So it's a rise. And capital expenditure, where we are investing in asset creation, like dam creation, highways, and machinery, and all these stakes that the government is buying in some industries and all. So these are capital expenditures. Okay, so these capital investment, it is going to be for 1920 year at 3,36,292 crore rupees. Okay, and this is also a higher side expenditure. Okay, and this increased support to agriculture sector and interest payment are high this time, and internal security expenses are also risen. So that's why it is on a higher side. Next, central sponsored schemes, where share is there for center and states. Normally it is 60-40 or maybe 50-50 share. Okay, so 60 is given by center, 40 is given by state, or both are paying 50-50 in some schemes, and some are central sector schemes. Okay, in sector schemes 100% fund is given by center. Okay, so here also there is rise in the expenditure, and they have also increased the amount for national education mission this time. It is going to be 38,572 crore rupees. If we compare it with the last year's 32,334 crore rupees, it's more than 6,000 crore rupees increase. And the budget is also increased for ICDS scheme, where 0 to 6 age year kids are taken care of. Their preschool education and their health nutrition, everything is taken care of. These Anganwadis are running under this ICDS scheme. Okay, so it is going to be 27,584 crore rupees if we compare it with the last year's 23,357 crore rupees. Okay, Next, welfare of SCs. As I told you, it's a huge increase of 35.6% this time, and total amount of 76,801 crore rupees. This is the budgetary estimate for 1920 year. And for the scheduled tribe, it is 28% rise from the last year, and it is 50,000 crore rupees for estimate for this 1920 year. Next, disinvestment targets are pegged at 90,000 crore rupees. Okay, and it is crossing the target of 80,000 crore rupees. This was our target. Now the target is raised for 90,000 crore rupees. So it is coming under the public enterprises asset management agenda of the government, and it is going on for some years now. And total 57 central PSEs are now listed with the total market capitalization of more than 13 lakh crore rupees. So that's a huge amount. And government received last year, 17 to 80 year, 1 lakh crore rupees in the actual amount from this disinvestment proceeds. So that was the income. Next, vision for fiscal consolidation is there. You see, 3% is the prescribed amount, and it is as target for fiscal deficit, and we are going to achieve it by 2021 year. That is our target. And debt to GDP ratio, this again may be asked, because some days back we discussed about it, that 40% is the prescribed limit for this debt to GDP ratio for the center, and for the states it is 20%. Okay, so the current debt to GDP ratio is 46.5%. So it's higher than this 40% limit, but it is a manageable one that government is saying this. So under this FRBM Act of 2003, where it is called Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act, means fiscal responsibility means it is going to be the management of fiscal deficit, fiscal consolidation would be the main focus, and Budget Management Act. So it came in 2003, and it prescribed the limit to 40%, and we are going to achieve this 40% by 2024 and 25. That is our target. And here they are giving this revised estimates for last year and budgetary estimates for this year and projections for next 2 years, because these are macro datas. Okay, next data is from Ministry of Finance. For unorganized sector, they are bringing a mega pension scheme. This is going to be Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan, Shram Yogi. Okay, and it is going to benefit 42 crore workers who are working in the unorganized sector. Unorganized sector like rickshaw pullers, vendors, rag pickers, BD workers, construction workers. So they are going to be supported here. You see, this is going to be the main social security scheme for them. And already some schemes like Ayushman Bharat is there for health, and Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana is there, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana is there. They were previously announced, and now this is going to be the mega pension Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan. Okay, and you see the data is here. If any person of 29 years is going to start, and it is going to contribute 100 rupees per month only, and the same amount would be given by government. So after 60 years, he would be getting 3,000 rupees pension. And if the person starts on 18 years, then only he has to give 55 rupees per month, and the same amount would be given by government, and he would be getting 3,000 rupees per month. So that's an important scheme. And more than 10 crore laborers and workers in the unorganized sectors will avail the benefit of this Shram Yogi Mandhan. You see, 42 crore is the number for these workers, from where half of the GDP numbers are coming for this India. This is the statement by our finance minister now, that their toil and their sweat is earning us half of the GDP. So out of these 42 crore workers, 10 crore laborers, they are going to be benefited with this Yogi Mandhan scheme. And it is one of the largest pension scheme of the world, and 100 crore rupees corpus has been allocated already for this particular scheme. So this is all for now, and these are the MCQs. Try them. Now see, most of the data that is coming under this budget, we are going to balance it in this whole month, because data is going to be huge, and it is going to be very important month for the economy section of the UPSC. Okay, so it is going to be very important lessons, videos, and these editorials which are going to come. These are also going to be very, very crucial this month. So stay alert. And PDFs I am going to upload here on this group and on the StudyIQ Telegram channel. So thanks a lot. Keep watching. It was Amit.